Hi, Lisa Haupert here. I'm the founder and creator of Once and Forever Wellness and Fit and Fabulous. And we're here to help you have the flourishing and health-filled life that you deserve and desire. I am so happy to talk to you today because in this free training, I'm going to share with you what you need to know to be at your best weight and best energy and live a life that you love and are proud of. If you know deep in your heart that the all or nothing mentality around wellness, weight loss, and fitness is no longer for you, that there are really no magic pills, magic diets, or magic exercise, and that being told to just do it by the experts doesn't make it happen, then you are ready to learn and apply the simple secrets to having your flourishing and health-filled life. In this video, I'm going to share the 7 tools you need to gain your health and live in your best wellness once and forever. I'm also going to show you how to do this with ease and why it's critical for you to work with yourself as opposed to against yourself. It is vitally important for you to master working with yourself so that you learn how to never burn out again and so that you get to live a flourishing life for the rest of your life. So whether you want to look and feel fabulous or lose weight, be full of vigor and vitality, lower your blood pressure or blood sugar, and so much more, this video is for you. Now, you've heard other stories of how people have lost lots of weight and increased their energy by using various lotions, potions, and plans. But I want to be really clear with you here. What I'm going to share with you is not some get skinny in 60-day plan. I'm also not going to talk to you about any new piece of workout equipment you need to buy, or prepackaged meal plans, or try to sell you some new hot energy drink. But what I am going to teach you is the core foundation that I use in Fit and Fabulous 3-Day Retreat, which is a 3-day getaway for creating and bringing to life your vision of you at your absolute best wellness, and for learning and planning how to get from where you are now to that vision with ease. So here's the fact. People who apply the tools and concepts of how to work with ease, to work with themselves and not against themselves, are more successful at sustaining their health-filled and flourishing lives over time. I know this because I've done it, and there is solid research to back it up. I've lost over 115 pounds and kept it off, and I've had the honor of helping people who have lost from 10 to well over 100 pounds, who were able to get off of their medications for lifestyle illness such as blood pressure and type 2 diabetes, who walked 3 miles in their first charity race at 67 years old, who lost weight and gained fitness to be able to participate fully in their young children's lives, and who gained the health and confidence to take up scuba diving in their 50s. This training is about how to make changes in your thinking, fitness, confidence, and wellness in a way that's in alignment with your best personal strengths and deep motivators. It's about learning to work with yourself, and that is what allows you to work with ease. Now, before we go any further, let's talk about a really common objection I hear all the time, and it goes like this. I've tried everything in the book to lose weight and get more fit or look like I want to look, and I can do it for a while, but then I always give up because it's too hard, or I reach a plateau and then I go right back to where I was before I started, or even worse. But let me tell you, with the tools I'm going to give you, anyone can do this, and I am living proof. I tried every diet and exercise plan in the book from the time I was 12 years old. I even went on a liquid diet and ran miles every day in my mid-30s. I lost 85 pounds and gained it back within a year. So how did I get from there to where I am today? Well, here's the short version. I was a nurse for over 25 years, and I had all the knowledge and expert information about medicine and health. I knew what to do. I could tell other people what to do. I just didn't know how to do it myself. I felt like a charlatan. Now I was and still am also a vocal coach, and in that realm of my life it became very clear that I had a passion and gift for helping others see and realize their potential, for seeing what could be even in the face of what at the moment maybe sounded not so good. I had a wonderful opportunity to teach singing at one of the premier contemporary performing arts universities in England, and it was there that I began to see the possibilities for combining what I knew about health and wellness with my passion and gift for affecting change in others. But there was this huge barrier. When I returned to the U.S. from England, I was clinically obese, At that point, I weighed 232 pounds, which was actually down from my maximum weight. On the day I moved into my house, I vowed to begin my journey to be strong, vivacious, and energetic. I had come to that proverbial fork in the road that poets write about all the time, and I saw my future before me. I could either continue down the same road I was on and not be able to live the vivacious life I wanted to live, or I could take an unknown path that I could barely see around the bend of. If I continued down the same road, I knew that the ailments and diseases associated with obesity would catch up with me. Now, somehow I had avoided them so far, but I knew that couldn't continue. I knew that taking the unknown path was my only hope to go into my 50s and beyond and be able to live the thriving and flourishing life that I knew was possible. For the first time in my life, I chose the path to lasting weight loss and vitality. I knew by then that quick fixes didn't last and that the all-or-nothing mentality I had assumed when I had gone on past diets led to quick burnout and only short-term results. So I joined Weight Watchers and lost about 30 pounds, and then I hit a wall. In the past, this is where I would have given up and said it didn't matter and go back to my old habits, and where I would once again experience the shame and blame of failing yet again. But this time, I knew I had to find a way beyond that wall, and I didn't care whether I went over it, around it, or through it. I felt like my life was on the line, but what could I do to get beyond it? One night while I was at my part-time nursing job working in the coronary intensive care unit, I was checking out other jobs on the computer and saw one that I instantly knew I wanted and needed. It was a job working with folks who were recovering from open heart surgery or heart attacks, or were at high risk for heart disease. It was a program to help them get fit and change the lifestyle behaviors that had contributed to their disease. It was held in a gym and run by exercise specialists, nurses, nutritionists, and psychologists. So I applied, and in the interview, I clearly remember saying, I'll be an example to these patients of how to lose weight and gain health forever. I'll be doing it beside them and with them, and that will impact them in ways that no one else can. And that is exactly what happened. I lost weight and gained my dream of a health-filled life side by side with my clients. They inspired and transformed me probably more than I did them. So to any of you watching, thank you from the depths of my heart. Now, while I was in this amazing job, my colleague, who to this day is one of my main sources of wisdom, introduced me to the field of health and wellness coaching. I knew immediately that it was for me, and a year later I took a wellness coaching class and became certified as a wellness coach. And there I found the missing pieces to attaining lasting weight loss and wellness. Now I had all the pieces I needed. I knew from my education and experience as a nurse how the body works and that it needs to be at its best. And I knew how to motivate, inspire, and teach others from my years as a singing coach. And with the knowledge I gained in my wellness coaching training, and then in working with my clients and with myself, I discovered the missing links. How to have lifelong motivation, how to use and develop personal strengths and attributes that are unique to each of us, and how to actually create a flourishing life consistently so that no barrier is insurmountable. Well, now that you know how I get there, let's dive in and talk about why it's critical for you to learn how to work with yourself in creating your flourishing, health-filled life. So what do I mean by working with yourself? I mean using your unique personality and ways of being to motivate you, to solve problems, and to create and achieve your desires. If a plan creating your very best health-filled life were tailored to just you, what would it look like? What would you do for exercise, for fun? What would you eat? What would your physical environment be like? Who would support you? What would you want to be different than it is today? What would be perfect for you? Now, working with yourself means using your strengths to move beyond obstacles and turn them into opportunities. It means using your reasons for gaining health and vitality to motivate you. It means creating your personal vision that is specific to you and you alone. And it means intentionally building positivity in your life so that you really can move in an upward spiral over time and achieve your long-term desires. Now, we'll talk more about this when I explain the 7 tools to you. But for now, know that a certain ratio of positivity to negativity is absolutely key to sustaining your health-filled life for the long haul. There's actually a tipping point with positivity, an amount of it you must have in your life in relationship to negativity to be able to truly flourish. If you're going to sustain your best wellness over time, you must increase your positivity and decrease your negativity to reach the seemingly magical tipping point. Here's the great news about that. The ebb and flow of your life does not have to determine your level of positivity. You can actually intentionally build your positivity to a level that causes you to flourish. So I think you'll agree, working with yourself is key to having your fit and fabulous life. At the Fit and Fabulous 3-day retreat, that is exactly what you'll do. We will learn to work with yourself. You will create and begin your individualized plan to get from where you are to where you want to be. And you will learn to decrease your negativity and increase your positivity so that you can lead a flourishing life that will cause you to be able to sustain your health-filled habits over time. And now to the 7 tools. Now I've created a little PDF sheet for you to take notes on here. It's right below this video, so hit pause, download it, and then come right on back. When you start talking about a weight loss or fitness or wellness plan, all of a sudden all these people start coming out of the woodwork and tell you what you should be doing. Oh, you should go to this new exercise class, or you should train for this run, or you should drink green juice for 45 days. You know how it is. It can be overwhelming. But guess what? What works for someone else may not be for you. The 7 tools are a structure I'm going to give you to help you create and move forward with your personal, individual plan to being fit and fabulous on your terms. So let's get started with tool number 1, self-compassion. Self-compassion means that you treat yourself the way you treat the person, or for that matter, the critter, in the world that you care about the most. Now, there are 3 components to this: stop, listen, and reframe. Stop means learning to quickly recognize when you are being unkind to yourself. Now, this doesn't mean that you don't hold yourself accountable, but it does mean that as soon as you catch yourself being unkind, you stop. Then you listen. When you put yourself down or are unkind to yourself, you are doing it for a reason. We humans don't do things just because. How are your thoughts or actions serving you? For example, when you berate yourself for not going to the gym, how does that serve you? What are you trying to get? Maybe you've been taught that guilt serves as a good motivator, and that if you berate yourself for not going to the gym, you'll be more likely to go. So in this example, what you're trying to get is motivation. So figure out what it is you're trying to get. Once you've figured out what you're trying to get, restate it. This means you take what you learned from step 2 and rephrase it as if you were saying it to a person you care deeply about. Listen closely. Your new words will sound supportive and kind. This is an incredibly powerful tool. It is a key to getting out of the shame and blame trap that so many folks fall into. I'll teach you how to do this at Fit and Fabulous 3-day retreat, and you'll get to practice it until it becomes second nature. So tool 1 is self-compassion. Once you start working from a place of self-compassion, you never again have to play the shame, blame, or deprivation game again in order to have a health-filled and flourishing life. All right, let's move on to tool number 2, clear vision. To have clear vision, you need clarity about what you really want. If you don't know where you want to go, how in the world are you going to get there? And if you want to get there with ease, you must take the path that is the best one for you, not for someone else, but for you. To gain clarity, you need to know what your deep motivators are for seeking this vital life. Your motivators are what you go back to time after time when you come up against challenges and setbacks. This is what keeps you moving forward on your journey to a health-filled life. Now, it's not always easy to get to the core of your motivation, but in Fit and Fabulous, we'll show you how. To gain clarity, you must also know what your core strengths are so that you can work with yourself compassionately. We each have personal strengths that we use in many areas of our lives, but when we're trying to follow a prescribed plan or someone else's idea of how we should go about getting to our best wellness, we're often asked to work outside of our strengths and end up working against ourselves. Once you find out what your signature strengths are, you'll be working with yourself instead of against yourself. And finally, to have clarity, you need to know what your level of readiness for change is in each area of your wellness vision. There are 5 levels, and at each level there are different types of goals that you'll want to set for yourself in order to become your flourishing vision over the long haul. If you know how to form your goals to match the appropriate level of change, you'll be once again working with yourself. Now, the third tool in the plan is Goldilocks Goals. These are the just right goals that will get you from where you are at this very moment to your vision of yourself and your very best wellness, energy, and vitality. It's fine to know what you want, but you have to take action. Sitting in your car, idling on the freeway will never get you to your destination. You have to step on the accelerator and follow the map. Well, actually the GPS. I'll teach you how to make goals that will get you to your vision with ease. Now, ease does not mean easy, but it means that the goals you set will be ones that you're very confident of achieving. They're goals that you're excited about and that energize you. They're goals that you are proud about having and even more proud of reaching. And they are absolutely doable because they're your goals tailored to just you. Now, once you have compassion, clear vision about what you really want, and Goldilocks goals, it's time for building positivity. Tool number 4. Over time, having a high positivity ratio is one of the main things that will cause you to not only sustain your health-filled life, but also to flourish in it. As I mentioned earlier, there's actually a tipping point in positivity. Below it, life is about surviving. Above it, life is about flourishing. At the Fit and Fabulous 3-day retreat, we will give you tools to actually measure your current positivity ratio and then ways to increase it to the tipping point of flourishing. One of the main ways I've been able to maintain my health-filled and thriving life is by consciously and consistently working on building and maintaining positivity. And one great way to do this is by giving to others. You see, when you give back, you not only benefit, but you increase your positivity and benefit yourself. I'm very proud to tell you that Once and Forever Wellness supports the charity Girls on the Run. 5% of any profits we make goes to this Girls Development Program, which combines an interactive curriculum with running to inspire self-respect and healthy lifestyles in preteen girls. So when you participate in Fit and Fabulous, you are actually giving back and giving to yourself. Let's go on to tool number 5, fantastic food. Eating food that tastes great and provides you with great nutrition. The key here is to provide your body and mind with what it takes to function at its very best, and at the same time keeps you satisfied and gives you pleasure. Food is not just about nutrition. It's about socialization, it's about taste, texture, and smell, and it should be pleasurable. At the Fit and Fabulous 3-day retreat, we actually have a chef that will work with you to show you how you can eat to your very best wellness and enjoy every bite. On to tool number 6, enticing exercise. Now this can be a tough one for some folks to take on. There's this prominent attitude in our culture that only hard exercise is good exercise, or that if you only walk, you're not doing enough. Hey, at Once and Forever Wellness, we know better. If activity or exercise is at a moderate level, that's enough. Now, you may be someone who really likes to take your exercise to the max, and that's fine too. What's important is that over time, you sustain being active and aim to increase your exercise to at least 150 minutes a week of moderately intense activity. Notice that I said over time. It may take a while to get there, and that's just fine. Moving towards that is what counts, and finding activity and exercise that you really enjoy will help you sustain it over time. At Fit and Fabulous, you'll be enticed by a variety of activities to try on, and perhaps you'll even discover something completely new that you simply love. And don't worry, anyone will be able to participate in what we have planned for you. Now to the last tool, tool number 7, the inner circle. Having a community of folks around you who get what it is you're doing, who respect what you're trying to achieve, and who will take the time to be truly present with you can make so much difference to your success. This inner circle of support can also help hold you accountable to yourself. It is a true gift, and it's a gift larger than any one of the individuals in it. Your physical environment is also really important. Often we ignore this, but to have a few things that you're fond of in your office and home, To have a clean and organized space, and even to simply have good lighting can affect your positivity, your mood, and your attitude. And community and environment are one of the outstanding parts of the Fit and Fabulous 3-day retreat, where you'll be in an environment like no other. I really hope you're going to be able to join us. So let's do a quick review of what you've learned today. You learned why it's critical to work with yourself in creating this vital and health-filled life you so desire. That using your unique personality and ways of being to motivate you, to solve problems, and to create and achieve your goals will lead you to lasting success when other ways have failed. Second, you learned that intentionally increasing your positivity ratio allows you to move in an upward spiral so that you can achieve your long-term goals. You can go from just getting by to having a truly flourishing life. It's in your control. And third, you learned the 7 tools to gain your health and actually flourish once and forever. Clearly, you're someone who wants more for yourself, or you wouldn't be watching the end of this video. But simply understanding something's not what's going to get you what you want. You have to take action. The most important thing about going somewhere is to start. So I want you to take action right now. In the comment section below, tell me what the single most important insight you gained from this video was and what action you'll take right now to implement it. So leave a comment below and let me know. Now, in the next video that you'll receive in a couple of days, I'm going to tell you more about the Fit and Fabulous 3-day retreat and what you'll gain from being there. But whether or not you decide to come, I want you to know that Once and Forever Wellness is here for you. It is my hope that this free training takes you closer to your best health-filled and flourishing self. Now, if you found value in this free video seminar, please share it with at least 3 people you know. This information could truly be life-giving to them. Thank you so much for watching and listening. I look forward to reading in the comments section below what you gained from watching this video and what action you plan to take. I'll talk with you soon.